come here with a purpose and feel like they belong.
And they've also come in with the setter of the year, and that same player who's setter of the year is the Patriot League Player of the Year in Julia Karowski. So we have two players on either side of the court, Jeff, that are really dual threat players. You have Karowski, who is a great hitter in her own right, and then on the other side for the Panthers, you have Rachel Fairbanks, who has proven to be a great setter and a great hitter for the Panthers. So a very interesting matchup between these two teams, and I'm very excited to see what will take place as we just got the starting lineups announced. And for the Panthers, it will be Valeria Vasquez-Gomez and Cam Ennis in place of Juliana Dalton to start. Courtney Bizzario, Rachel Fairbanks, Emmy Klicka starting, who is a new person in the starting lineup at libero, Chiamaka Wokolo and Serena Gray. And then on the side of Colgate, Abby Shadwick, Harper Snyder, Carly Rezartarski, Sydney Jones, Taylor Signa, Julia Karowski that we talked about, and Sophie Thompson.
It doesn't look like a Raiders team that is just in awe looking around. That, you know, they feel like they have something to prove after going and playing at Wisconsin last year. They think that, you know, they've had a really good season. They had their first Power 5 win since 2018, beating Tennessee. And they did that after they lost their best hitter.
And that was exactly what I was just going to say. Libby Overmeyer went out before that match. And so Colgate looks at themselves and says, what are we going to do? And then they just go on a 10-game winning streak after that. So we'll see what they do here tonight against the Panthers.
And Sydney Jones serves, and we are underway. Tough set for Bizzario. She wasn't able to get it over in the first point to the underdog Raiders.
Just the second all-time meeting between these two teams met back in 2014, which was a 3-0 win for the Panthers.
Opportunity here for Ennis. Good dig by Signa. We've seen a lot of teams try to tip the Panthers. Expect that tonight. And that time a little payback by Bizzario.
You mentioned teams tipping on the Panthers, and then right there, Courtney Bizzario, who we are very used to seeing get the kill, but usually a lot stronger than that. But a nice little start for her, going with the soft touch, really opening up the defense for that strong swing that we all know that she has.
19 aces this year. Serena Gray will start for the Panthers. Her first serve. And now a tip by Ennis. And a kill attempt long from Colgate. And a first lead for the Panthers.
And that was Julia Karowski, as I mentioned, one of the setters for this Colgate team, but as she goes through the front row, is a hitter.
How important are these first few points for Colgate?
Just as important as we saw in the first matchup that we had tonight with BYU and James Madison. They got started off strong, and here we have a 2-2 tie, so Colgate even with the Panthers so far.
Yeah, Harper Snyder on the slide, able to put that through the block.
Chiamaka Wokolo late there on the block, so she really wasn't able to get her feet set and then get up to be square with the net on that block.
Cami Carfino in to serve. And Wokolo kills in the middle.
That was all started by a beautiful pass from Emmy Klicka. A really efficient, quick pass to the hands of Rachel Fairbanks, and then boom, right to the arm of Chiamaka Wokolo.
The first NCAA tournament appearance for Courtney Bizzario. She played a few seasons at Iowa as that hit is long. Bizzario's first opportunity, same with Cam Ennis, who comes here from A&M, Texas A&M, and Kansas. Imagine their nerves be probably a little easier starting at home.
Absolutely. I mean, this crowd, they just played here a week ago on Wednesday in a big matchup against Georgia Tech.
And Colgate wanted a double hit, and doesn't matter, they end up with the point. Good swing by Shadwick.
Abby Shadwick, who leads this team in kills coming into this match with 302. They're tooling it off of the hand of that outside blocker, Rachel Fairbanks.
30 aces for the Pittsburgh native Taylor Signa. She will serve with Colgate down 3-4. And this is hit. Signa with bump, and Chadwick's kill is blocked. And nice tip by Abby Shadwick.
Two quick kills for Shadwick. And as you said, back tied up. Great job seeing that she had those two blockers in front of her, knowing that the defense was not behind that block. Great opportunity there.
This is Sakeo, the set. Fairbanks blocked. Able to keep it alive. Ennis beats the block. And a point for the Panthers, 5-4.
That play, we saw what the Panthers do so well out of system. That was a set from the far pin from Valeria Vasquez-Gomez, the outside hitter for these Panthers, over to Cam Ennis at the right pin.
Good save. Would have been a near ace. And another tip. Pancake, but no. Point on another tip to Colgate. So if you're the Panthers, you're seeing these tips. How do you adjust to what Colgate is doing to you?
Really, that just was Rachel Fairbanks getting caught standing up defensively. So she should be down. She should be able to move her feet across that 10-foot line and be able to get over to get that ball up. So just great decision so far by Colgate.
Kurowski's serve. 5-5 first set. Vasquez-Gomez swing. Blocked and dug. This time Rachel Fairbanks. Powerful hit from the right side.
The multi-tool player is Rachel Fairbanks, going with the hard line shot. No chance for the Colgate defense.
109th kill on the season. Now the sophomore Emmy Klicka. Chadwick gets her third kill right through Rachel Fairbanks. And we're 6-all here early in the first.
And it's really been about the efficiency of this Colgate offense. They run a very quick offense, and that has kept the Panthers' block at bay.
Averaging over 3 kills a set is Shadwick. She's got that already here in the first as that block goes out of bounds, and Vasquez-Gomez gets the kill. Bizzario checks back in.
And that's the first kill for the reigning ACC Player of the Week in Valeria Vasquez-Gomez, who had an amazing finish to her regular season in ACC play.
Another sophomore for the Panthers, Rachel Fairbanks serving. And the left-handed shot off of Fairbanks, but stays alive. And a kill in the middle. Sophie Thompson. And we're 7-all as we go back and forth here between the Raiders and Panthers. And I see Rachel Fairbanks may have drawn a little blood off. Fairbanks to Bizzario. Colgate able to keep it alive. And a tip attempt, good dig by Colgate. Vasquez-Gomez able to put it away. Really good rally there from the Raiders until Vasquez-Gomez ended it.
Exactly, it was a really great rally between these two teams, but Valeria Vasquez-Gomez finishing it off strong. And as I said, the ACC Player of the Week last week, she had 33 kills in 2 matches, hit at a 375 clip to go with 5 aces, 19 digs, and 2 blocks.
Vasquez-Gomez serving for the Panthers. Ennis out. Point to Colgate. Pretty fascinating so far. If we were playing old rules, it might be 1-0.
It might be. These two teams very evenly matched to start. I think really just trying to feel each other out, see the tendencies of each team. You see it in film, but it's much different when you actually are playing up against it.
Sydney Jones, Bizzario, great dig by Signa. And that hit into the net, an error by Colgate.
credit Taylor Signa for really taking on all of that kill attempt from Courtney Bizzario, and that is not an easy person to try to pass on.
Serena Gray, tough serve, good dig. Ennis, Juliana Dalton not playing tonight for the Panthers. And that hit long.
You're called in on that back line.
I saw the Panthers celebrating.
Take a look at it here. Very hard to tell right on the outside, but
no challenge, point Colgate, and back and forth we go. Ennis' tip is perfect. Cam Ennis, her second kill.
Panthers haven't found a ton of success with the strong swing, so why not go with a soft touch, like I said earlier, open up that defense for those stronger swings later.
Bizzario digs. Ennis again, and another tip. Fairbanks to set to the slide, and that's in by Wokolo. Chiamaka Wokolo slid and found the sideline.
Let's take a look at this swing. Wow, right on that sideline.
First 2-point lead for the Panthers. And an ace off the top of the net.
A little home court roll here in the first set off of the top of the net as we have a timeout called by Colgate.
31st ace of the year for Bizzario. The Panthers lead first set here against Colgate, 12-9. You're watching NCAA Tournament Volleyball on ESPN+. Amanda, Colgate does not look intimidated. They've come here to play, and they've made a couple of really solid plays here early on in this first set.
And that's exactly what head coach Ryan Baker told us. He said last season it was kind of that moment where Colgate could ooh and ah, say, wow, we're in the NCAA tournament. But now they say, this is where we belong, and we're going to show everyone why we belong here.
Bizzario serving for the Panthers, up 3. Kill dug by Vasquez Gomez. Back to Bizzario. Good dig by Carafino. And Vasquez Gomez unable to save, and that's one of those borderline, would that have been out? Looked like it was heading out, but point for Colgate.
And when you're in the NCAA tournament, you can't really question those decisions. If you're thinking it might be in or out, you just have to assume that it's going to be in and go for it, because every point matters. This is win or go home at this point.
Abby Shadwick now with 4 kills. Signa serves. And Fairbanks hit off the block, out of bounds. The Panthers get the serve right back.
Jeff, you want to talk about a balanced offense? There are 4 Panthers that each have 2 kills early on in this first set.
And it really fits their style. Not led by one. And that one is long. Colgate wants a tip, no tip. Wide hit by Fairbanks, or by Shadwick. At 14-10, Ennis to serve. And hit long, no tip. Error by Kurowski. And now a little bit of a run here for the Panthers and a 5-point lead in the first set.
Those are 2 tough plays for Colgate. When you're in a match like this against one of the top seeds in the NCAA tournament, you can't hand 2 straight free points over with attack errors.
A free ball now opportunity for Colgate. Try for it. Quick push over. hit by Vasquez Gomez, unable to be handled at the net by Colgate.
Great awareness there from the Panthers on that play, seeing the tip over and then reacting. And the great job again, out of system play, but getting the ball in a good spot for their hitters to be able to execute.
Ennis again making the start for Dalton. Vasquez Gomez. Middle kill attempt dug by Akeo. A little miscommunication there from the Panthers, but able to get the ball over. Akeo sets Vasquez Gomez. 4 kills for the junior.
Well, what's funny on that play, Jeff, is there actually are 3 players on the court right now that have set for the Panthers at one time or another. You have Cam Ennis, who's been a setter. You have Lexus Akeo, who is actually the setter right now. And then Rachel Fairbanks, who is actually supposed to be a hitter at that moment. So all 3 of those players are seeing a second ball falling to the ground, and all of them want to react at the same time.
So this first set was a lot of back and forth up until about 9-9. The Panthers have gone on this run. What's led to this 5-0 run and this separation here for Pitt?
It really started with a couple of errors on the side of Colgate. So that's what started the run, and then the Panthers were able to continue on that. So there was those 2 hitting errors that we saw a few points ago, and then off of that we've seen a couple of good defensive plays that have transitioned into offense for the Panthers. So it's a mix of both things, where Colgate was making the errors, but then at the same time the Panthers were starting to execute how we've seen.
All right, if you're Ryan Baker now and you're talking to your Colgate team, what would your message be?
To play our game, to understand that we're here in this moment for a reason, and play our game and execute the things that we need to execute, because they haven't done that over the past couple of points. They hit those 2 balls out, and that hands over 2 straight points to the Panthers. And then on the other side, then you let the Panthers go on that run. So you have to control your side of the court and do the things that you were doing early on. Moving the ball around, getting good swings, getting the ball out to Abby Shadwick, because that has what has proven to be effective so far, as she has 4 kills.
Ryan Baker in his 17th year. He's the Patriot League Coach of the Year this year. It's the 4th time he has been named Coach of the Year. What a season for the Raiders. Big season for the Panthers, too. Back as ACC champs, and Ennis to serve. Shadwick blocked. Now another opportunity. That tip control by the Panthers. Vasquez Gomez. I don't know, what would you call that kill?
Kind of a mix of a roll, tip, throw, whatever you want to do to be able to get the ball down on your opponent's floor. That's all that matters. Like I always say, it counts as a kill in the scorebooks. It doesn't matter what it looked like.
And that tip controlled by the Panthers. And another tip for Pitt, an opportunity here. There's that same shot, this time from Colgate. Vasquez Gomez blocked. Good save by Klicka. Blocked again, no save there. Colgate with a big point here after this Panthers 6-0 run.
That point just seemed destined to go Colgate's way. Everything was working on that point. They had block after block after block, and the Panthers had such great coverage that you knew at one point that ball was going to fall down.
Shadwick 4 kills and a block. And now the serve from Kurowski. And middle hit blocked, read well by Colgate. Vasquez Gomez. Carafino able to keep that alive. Akeo to Klicka, to Vasquez Gomez, blocked and unable to be saved. Good blocks again from Colgate.
And Jeff, that's exactly what I said. They need to get back to their game, and that's what they're doing. They're getting good blocks, they're getting good touches, and that has transitioned over to the Panthers handing points over to Colgate.
Haushold with the block, and an ace. Kurowski with the ace, and all of a sudden it's 18-13.
And there's the Patriot League Player of the Year with her 25th ace of the season.
Vasquez Gomez receives that one. Fairbanks. third kill for Rachel Fairbanks. And Emmy Klicka was going to serve, but I think she's going to hand that off to Kat Flood.
Out serving for the Panthers, number 3, Kat Flood.
And Kat Flood has been a great serving sub for this team.
Every time she turns, it's like there's two different people.
Known for that two-toned hair.
19-13 Panthers. Shadwick lines up, hits it off the block for a 5th kill. And Abby Shadwick will also serve. Big part of the first set here for Colgate. Shadwick can run off a couple here. Themselves right back in this set.
Averaging just over 3 kills per set and well above her average here at 5, and we still have a number of points left to finish out this first set.
Does a little bit of everything. Good hard serve. Serena Gray, it's a little missed time. Opportunity here for Vasquez Gomez. Great set. Good kill by the junior.
Valeria Vasquez Gomez has been on another level recently. Just look at the power behind that swing.
And what's the value for the Panthers of having a KO healthy this time of year?
So much. She has so much experience, has such chemistry with all of these players at this point, especially Vasquez Gomez, as they've come up in this Panthers program together.
Fairbanks serve. Left-handed hit, out of bounds. With a miss by Karowski. Excuse me, an error by Hausschuld. And Fairbanks will serve up 21-14. The winner of this match gets BYU, who is really impressive after a slow start against James Madison. Good save by Browski. Vasquez Gomez tips it over. Kind of off the palm.
But how about first the dig by Browski, the one-arm dig, then Fairbanks all the way from past the near pin, getting it to a great position for Vasquez Gomez to put the ball away.
Panthers hitting 297 to 083 for Colgate. Block at the net, unable to be saved. Kill for Hausschuld. And substitution, Rachel Martinez will serve for Colgate.
And the big thing for Colgate so far is they haven't been able to find offense outside of Abby Shadwick.
Serena Gray, another solid set, and Gray does what she does.
And that's hit the ball very hard, down very fast.
Hit 406, second in the ACC this year. 208 kills. And now Vasquez Gomez, as Panthers are 2 points from this first set. And that in. Good hit by Hausschuld. Finds the back of the court. And it's 23-16.
That left-handed swing on the far pin causing some problems for the Panthers here, as you have to completely set up your block differently. So instead of setting up the block closer to the pin, you need to set it up closer to the middle of the court.
Serena Gray again. Boy, it's like she's had 2 careers. Very successful career with Penn State, and has come here and then done even more since she's joined Dan Fisher. 24-16. Shadwick blocked, but saved. Wokolo, good save by Signa. Bazzario for the set. Courtney Bazzario with the swing wins the Panthers the first set, 25-16 over Colgate. You're watching the first round of the NCAA tournament. It's the Panthers and Raiders here in Pittsburgh, 16 over Colgate. It was 9-all at one point, and as you mentioned, Amanda, a couple of errors, and that really seemed to spark the Panthers.
A couple of errors on the side of Colgate gave some points to the Panthers. That really got the momentum rolling for them, and then that just continued to finish that first set 25-16. The big thing it was hitting and the efficiency. So the Panthers had 18 kills and hit at a 341 percentage, while on the other side, Colgate just had 11 kills and hit at a 128 clip. So when you look at that, that's a big difference between the two teams. The power of the Panthers on the other side, the Colgate not quite able to match up with that. And if they want to be able to match up with that, have to find offense from someone else other than Abby Shadwick. She can still provide it, but they need someone else to step up behind her, as the Panthers had Vasquez Gomez pacing them with 7 kills, and then a number of players with 3 and then 2 behind her.
Hauschold had 2 kills for Colgate, so just Shadwick with 5 and 2 for Jillian Hauschild. Fairbanks serve, led by Signa. Here come the Panthers on the attack. Bizzario. Courtney Bizzario with her 3rd kill.
She finishes set number 1 and starts off set number 2. Courtney Bizzario, one of the best pin hitters in all of the country as far as efficiency. Hitting better than anyone else in the nation at the pins in percentage.
Yeah, with those type of attempts, as that tip was blocked. And the lefties hit just a little long. Is Hauschold. So Rachel Fairbanks continues to serve with a couple-point lead here in the second set. BYU won the opener 3-0 over James Madison. And a near ace, but it works almost the same. It lollipops to Vasquez Gomez, who puts it away.
Just helps Valeria pad up her stats rather than Rachel, as she almost got the ace, and she said, all right, let's flip this ball up a little higher, and then Valeria says, I'll put this right back on the ground.
And all of a sudden, Julia Karowski is just stuck. Good set by Karowski there. And the kill by Sophie Thompson. Shadwick to serve. Rezatarski in for Colgate. And Shadwick hits the line for an ace. Second ace for Colgate.
And you could see Emmy Klicka was there, but the Panthers going with just a 2-person passing rotation here with Klicka and the former libero Ashley Browski.
Vasquez Gomez. It's a deep. And Hauschold blocked. Vasquez Gomez. And what doesn't she do? A block, 3 digs, an assist, 6 or 8 kills.
She's just now waiting for a service ace, which she is known for. So I'm sure that we will see one of those as the match continues here tonight. But just picking up where she left off last week, as I said, the ACC Player of the Week, just a phenomenal finish to her season and start to the NCAA tournament for her.
That tip falls in between a few Panthers. Sophie Thompson will serve.
And that's one of those moments where a little bit of inexperience comes in. So Rachel Fairbanks and Cam Ennis were going for that, but typically that wouldn't be Cam Ennis, it would be Juliana Dalton.
And that one long. You know, there's so many times with serves when they, especially if they knuckle a little bit, where you think it's going long and it'll just drop. That one just went long from Sophie Thompson.
That's why
service error.
A lot of times you'll see someone who just goes for it because they don't want that chance of it to fall down. You don't want that stare down from your coach.
Netball by Colgate. Another point to the Panthers here with Serena Gray serving. 6'2" graduate student from Temple City, California. Honorable mention All-American last year. And that block at the net. Signa able to save it. Not saving Wokolo's hit. Panthers now with a 7-3 lead.
You have to credit Colgate for keeping that first one alive, but then not really much of a chance whenever you're already at a disadvantage from being out of position from that last play, and then the Panthers quickly throwing another ball right back at you.
And a near ace by Gray. Good dig. And right up front. And good win by Harper Snyder for Colgate.
And that really just an unfortunate play for the Panthers, as it seemed like they should have got a good pass on that, but Serena Gray not able to use her hands strong enough. Then Valeria Vasquez-Gomez trying to set it up in the middle, but sending it over to the Colgate side.
Rosario able to power that through, but Haushold, Shadwick with the save, and a kill for the Raiders. Zatarski comes through, and it's 7-5.
Great up there on the backside, and then going just over the top of that block.
Sydney Jones serve. Rosario off the block, and Panthers get it back. It's the fourth kill for Bizzario.
That's a tough ask on the outside from Carly Rezartarski to go up against Courtney Bizzario one-on-one. Rezartarski standing at 6'1", and Bizzario 6'5".
Zatarski tips it over. Panthers recover. And that hit through the block of Harper Snyder, Courtney Bizzario.
And that wasn't even the best opportunity for Bizzario. After she swings and hits this, she says, great set, but if you could just set me a little bit this way, then I can hit it even harder.
9-5. And that one flies long by Bizzario. The first service error for the Panthers in this match. Bizzario will check out. Alexis Akeo in. Shadwick 5 kills for Colgate and 3 digs.
You can't forget an ace and a block as well. She's filling up the stat sheet.
Fino, serve for Colgate. Fairbanks long. 9-6.
9-7 now.
Good dig. And point to the Panthers, but Sydney Jones with a really nice dig. Wokolo able to finish, though.
Great swing from Cam Ennis, and then it's tough for Harper Sydney to try and go up against Chiamaka Wokolo.
Now Ennis to serve. Vasquez Gomez tipped. Vasquez Gomez with her 9th kill.
And we're not even halfway through this second set, and Vasquez Gomez is 1 away from double digits in kills.
And that one long on the hit by Julia Kurowski. Panthers now have opened up a 5-point lead, and we'll get a timeout from Ryan Baker and Colgate. We'll take one as well. Panthers lead it here in the second set, up 1-0. You're watching the NCAA tournament on ESPN+.
NCAA thanks official equipment suppliers, Fiskars, Bolton, Spec Seats, Terraflex, and Sports.
Panthers led by Valeria Vasquez Gomez, the reigning ACC Player of the Week. 9 kills, 3 digs, a block, and an assist. Cam Ennis, who made the start today for Julia Dalton, will continue serving. She has a couple of kills and 4 digs so far. Panthers lead it by 5 on a mini run of 3-0. Shadwick. Probably just as Ryan Baker drew up. Wanted to get Shadwick more involved, and she's able to find floor.
Absolutely, you have to go with the hot hand and finding a big hole in the Panthers' block there between Fairbanks and Chiamaka Wokolo. 6 kills to double up any of her teammates for Abby Shadwick.
Taylor Signa to serve. And wind up off of Signa by Vasquez Gomez. Ooh.
All I can say is that I'm happy to be sitting here somewhat safely instead of out there to be in the position that Taylor Signa was just in.
You just jinxed yourself.
That means that you're not protecting me then.
Yes, it does. I mean,
every man for themselves here.
Amy Klicka with an ace.
Every man for themselves at the
I will
announcer's
try
desk.
my best. But you saw my hands earlier on an attempted save, and they were not very good.
But you know who is good? Emmy Klicka with the ace.
Well played. Klicka, the sophomore from Ohio. And that went long. It's interesting, we talked to a couple of the captains, are also from Ohio for the Panthers. Asked what was the moment of the season where you knew it was going to be good, and they both said beating Ohio State. Dan Fisher pointed out, like, yeah, of course they were going to say that, because
you knew that's what was going to happen.
that was their favorite match of the year.
Much to the chagrin of yourself, Jeff.
I don't know what you're talking about. And middle kill blocked. Good job by Colgate.
Sophie Thompson. It's a rare block that you see up against Serena Gray, but just a great job of getting right on her hitting shoulder and stopping one of the top hitters in the country.
Gray again, this time will not be denied. She powers that shot through.
Serena Gray says, fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, shame on you.
And I didn't see her say anything, but you wonder if she just gave a note like, hey, give me the next one.
I want this one. I got to redeem myself. Got blocked, got to come back strong. Picking up her 3rd kill of the night.
Rachel Fairbanks, who had a triple-double earlier this year. Shadwick blocked. Shadwick again, dug by Browski. Vasquez Gomez, good save by Ennis. Vasquez Gomez blocked. Back to Bizzario. Bizzario hits it off the block and out of bounds.
That's what makes this Panthers team so tough. You saw the balls coming out to Vasquez Gomez. Then the next thing you know, Rachel Fairbanks is pushing the ball out to the first team All-ACC player in Courtney Bizzario.
6 kills, 2nd on the team tonight. Fairbanks. Colgate just has to tip it over. Bizzario gets an opportunity and finishes it. A couple of straight kills for Bizzario, and the Panthers have opened a 7-point lead here in the 2nd set.
And just like that, Courtney Bizzario now has 7 kills.
And Brian Baker's going to call a timeout. Panthers lead at 17-10 over Colgate. You're watching NCAA Women's Volleyball here on ESPN+. After some shaky hitting at times for the Panthers in the first set, they're hitting at a very good clip right now.
500 for the Panthers right now. And then on the other side of that, Colgate just hitting at an 0.59 clip. So a big difference, and that's why you see the score as it is. The Panthers on a 3-0 scoring run, their second scoring run of that length in this set, and have a 7-point lead.
Set in the middle, dug by Browski. Vasquez Gomez finds the back for her 11th kill.
And that ball was actually set by Courtney Bazzario on the right side over to Vasquez Gomez, just hitting the outside of that line.
It's a tough call for Taylor Signa. She took a chance, but it fell in. Panthers up by 8. And a tip, just a bad set, and it just led to a point for the Panthers.
Yeah, I'm not sure which player that Kurowski was actually trying to set to. It seemed like there was kind of 3 players that were all in the same spot. So really that was just easy pickings for the Panthers block, as they could just kind of stand in the same place and see who it went to.
Panthers on a 5-0 run. Shadwick. That's back to Vasquez Gomez. A dozen kills for Vasquez Gomez. Jeff Hathorn and Amanda Siley here at the Peterson Event Center, and we're watching this junior for the Panthers show off some of her recent really good play with another one here tonight.
And going up against the single block of Jillian Hauschel, just taking full advantage of that opportunity.
And that in, the hit from the side by Shadwick. Perfect hit by Abby Shadwick.
What a job going around the block of the 6'5" Courtney Bazzario, just hitting it sharp right down that line.
7 kills, an ace, and a service error for Shadwick tonight.
I mean, she's filled up almost all of the stat sheet, so you got to extend into other parts. So with the service error, but that puts her team now down 10, with the Panthers just 4 points away from taking the second set.
And Vasquez Gomez with 1-0 in her column. And thought maybe for a second she would have an ace. That one just long on the hit by Resetarsky.
And we'll have a challenge. Looks like Coach Ryan Baker thinks that there was a touch on that play.
It's interesting to watch the styles of the two coaches. Ryan Baker sits almost the entire match. Dan Fisher is up and moving. And
watching the expressions of Coach Fisher is probably one of my favorite things. He goes hands on the hip, arms crossed, you got the head lean back tilt, you have the stare down, you have it all. And then the calm, cool, and collected Coach Ryan Baker in his 16th season.
Yeah, but he looks like he's 30. Whatever he eats, I want to know the menu. He has 2 young sons and a relative newborn daughter, and the ball was indeed tipped. It will be a point for Colgate, so good challenge by Baker. You know, Ryan Baker started in broadcast journalism, and then he got a master's in sports psychology and realized the psychology of journalists, and then decided to go do something else.
It's just more than he would ever want to deal with. So he said, all right, I'm going to switch, and I'm going to coach now.
I'd rather deal with teenage to 20-something females than broadcast journalists. Rachel Martinez to serve. 21-12. And Serena Gray just kind of hung in the air waiting for that opening and able to almost take it and just place it on the other side of the net.
Defying gravity with Serena Gray as she just hung up there. Managed to plop it right in that spot in the middle of the court where no Colgate defenders were found.
It's amazing how some of these incredible talents just seem to just levitate in the air. And that blocked out of bounds. And a kill by Carrie Resetarsky. So Carly Resetarsky with 4 kills, 7 for Shadwick, 12 for Vasquez Gomez, 7 for Bazzario, as that is a service error for Colgate.
And that one from Sydney Jones just seemed to hang up in the air forever. Just sailing out of bounds. Now the Panthers just 2 points away from taking set number 2.
Now another California native on the Panthers squad, Courtney Bizzario by way of Iowa. Zatarski. Klicka's right there. Ennis blocked and in on the Panthers side. And a point to the Raiders.
What a job there by Harper Snyder, just putting herself in the perfect position up against the 6-foot Cam Ennis on the near pin.
Colgate stays alive. 23-14. Panthers won the first set 25-16. Wokolo with the kill, and the Panthers are a point from the second set. Chimaka Wokolo, another senior, another co-captain on this Panther team.
Just again, not hitting it hard, but finding the hole in that Colgate defense.
10-point lead, and Signa stopped it from happening, but Wokolo finished it. Chimaka Wokolo with a couple of points to lead the Panthers to the second. 10 assists for Julia Karowski, 9 digs for Taylor Signa.
But the big thing for me is just the efficiency. When you look at the Panthers hitting at a 409 clip, and on the other side of that, Colgate just hitting at a 127 clip. So that is really one of the big differences when you look at the stats in this match, as you see all of the fans that are here tonight. A really great crowd on hand. Because I think they were really excited to be dancing, but then also a little bit embarrassed that they ended up on the big,
hey, I'm on the big
jumbotron.
Oh, please, get this off of me. Colgate to serve. Sydney Jones. Serena Gray through the block. That's 5 kills for Gray. You know, it's interesting. Gray hit 406 this year. But yeah, that's way down from last year, 417.
Gosh. What was she thinking?
Served by Gray. Tip, but Fairbanks is there. Vasquez Gomez is blocked. Panthers save, and Wokolo sends it over. Signa sets. And through the block this time.
That was Karowski there going up against Chimaka Wokolo. And Wokolo with that block was kind of leaning backwards, so that didn't really leave a lot of room for the block to go over onto the Colgate side. Landed right back behind her.
Fino. And that, after the serve, that is blocked. So Harper Snyder and Karowski with the block. I think that was more Harper Snyder.
And now 2 blocks for Snyder.
And a 2-1 lead for the Raiders. Bizzario. No block in that one when Bizzario at 6'5" gets up high.
Courtney Bizzario says, I will have enough of your lead and will put my team back into a tie, and now I'll go back to serve.
Panthers won the first 2 sets. Bizzario's serve. Shadwick off the tip. Fairbanks back to Bizzario. And that one goes out of play off of Taylor Signa. And a Panther lead of 3-2.
What a decision by Rachel Fairbanks, knowing that she had the hitters in the front row, but going with the back row set to Courtney Bizzario, I think really catching the Colgate defense off guard, and that left a lot of space for Bizzario on that swing.
Middle hit, saved there by Klicka. Vasquez Gomez. Well, even when you think you got the Panthers, they find a way to get a great swing.
Amazing up by Emmy Klicka, one-armed, and then Browski with the beautiful setup to the pin for Vasquez Gomez and doing what she does best, putting that ball away for her 13th kill of the night.
Shadwick able to make something out of nothing. Abby Shadwick with her 8th kill.
Taking a page out of the Pitt playbook there, really just making a play when you didn't think there was much there, getting a great swing on it and just finding some open space on the Panthers court.
First team All-Patriot League, just a sophomore. Now Taylor Signa to serve. Vasquez Gomez blocked, tips it back. Look at the set. And good dig by Browski. Fairbanks, Signa able to dig it. And the tip. And we play on. This hasn't been the prettiest, but both teams finding ways to get the ball over the net. And the point is going to go to Colgate, a well-earned point by the Raiders.
The best rally that we've seen all night between these two teams. Won by the Colgate Raiders, and now they even the score at 4 apiece.
So Taylor Signa is serving, and in Pittsburgh is the home of the world's first radio station. Her grandfather was on that station, one of the radio stars of the Pittsburgh area, John Signa. For about 3 decades, he ruled the airwaves in Pittsburgh. And now here's his granddaughter playing in the NCAA tournament. And a kill from Shadwick. 5-4 Colgate.
And Coach Baker told us that Taylor Signa really embodies a Pittsburgher with the way that she works. Just that blue-collar mentality, a hard worker through and through, willing to do whatever it takes for her team. And we've seen that tonight as she has 11 digs to go along with 2 assists, and she's been everywhere.
Run here for Colgate. Great save, but that one goes out of bounds. A 3-0 run there for Colgate on Signa's serve. It is 5-5. Vasquez Gomez to serve.
You can see the BYU coaches there in the background taking a look at what they will see coming up for tomorrow as they won their match just a little while ago.
Cam Ennis is blocked. Fairbanks. Jones with a good dig. Shadwick is, I don't know if that was blocked or just into the net.
Hit straight into the net there on Shadwick. That's one where she just let that set just drop down too far and then straight into the net. But again, a great rally between these two teams. As you see there, the winner of this will face number 7 BYU tomorrow right here again at 7 p.m. Jeff and I have that call as well.
It's a pretty amazing second round matchup as Chiamaka Wokolo. Fairbanks in there as well. Panthers up 2 points.
Yeah, Jeff, you talked about it, that second round matchup could be, if this holds true, the Panthers, who have the most wins since 2018 of any team in the country at 136, and then right behind them at number 5 is BYU with 125 wins.
That hit out by Shadwick. And a mini run here for the Panthers with Vasquez Gomez serving. Vasquez Gomez, 309 kills, a career high. She's only made 8 starts as a sophomore, but really finding it here as a junior. And a great dig by Akeo, and the Panthers able to reward her with a play by Fairbanks at the net.
What a win by Fairbanks at the net. She saw the overpass going and then knows that they're going to try and push it over, but then wins that battle one-on-one.
So a 5-0 run for the Panthers after Colgate had taken the lead. And that one on the line. We'll see if Colgate challenges that.
And that camera angle that we had kind of was the perfect play, or it was the perfect angle for that serve as it went away right as that ball was going down.
And that would be your ace to fill out her stat sheet if that indeed stays as an ace. Vasquez Gomez, what has really keyed her, especially over the last couple of weeks?
I really think it's just confidence. She really has over the course of this season has grown so much more confident in herself and her abilities and just the trust from her teammates. I mean, you have all the setters between Rachel Fairbanks, Alexis Takeo, Cam Ennis, who's coming in spots. They just trust her and they put her in the best positions to have success offensively. They're not forcing the ball out to her 50 times a game. They're putting her in the right positions to make a good play. And whenever you get in that rhythm as a hitter, you almost become unstoppable, which is what we saw last week and what we're seeing today.
So as they take a look at this, Colgate gets an opportunity to catch their breath. This Panthers 6-0 run.
And Jeff, this is a Colgate team that really brings back almost all of their players from last season. So all of these players have experience as the initial call in is upheld, but all of these players on this Colgate team have experience of being in the NCAA tournament.
Plus, if she can recover from her ACL tear, you get Libby Overmeyer back.
Yeah, absolutely, and this could be a Colgate team that wreaks havoc in the Patriot League for a number of years, as a lot of these players that are on this team now will have a chance to come back again next season.
So Vasquez Gomez has 4 siblings that play volleyball. And you got to imagine that's kind of helped her development over the years. And a block at the net by Chiamaka Wokolo. Cam Ennis by her side. That's all Chi.
Chi just right place, right time, getting herself up and kind of lucking into the fact that that ball went right into her arms.
Fairbanks off the block and out of bounds. This run continues.
Fairbanks now has 6 kills to go along with 19 assists, 3 digs, and a block.
Panthers lead at 12-5. It is the 3rd set. You're watching NCAA Women's Volleyball on ESPN+. By Julia Karowski.
That's exactly what Colgate needed to do. Just find any way that you can to get a point. Whatever it is, whether you tip it, whether you block it, whether you get a kill, however it happens, you just need to stop that Panthers run.
Karowski. Now Kao. And a good block by Shadwick. Good read by the Raiders. And Sophie Thompson may have gotten a hand on that. Either way, it's Colgate point. And now 12-7. Wokolo. Yeah, and there are some players, their eyes tell you so much of the story. If you watch Chiamaka Wokolo's eyes, it'll tell you so much. Kat Flood comes in to serve. She's so expressive. Brings such positive energy to this Pitt team as a captain. Remember, they had 3 years of Chi Ende and Kayla Lund as captains. They needed new captains this year. And they turned to Wokolo and Ashley Browski. Serena Gray, Rachel Fairbanks there for the block.
What a double block. It starts off with Fairbanks setting it up in the right position. That leaves the perfect spot for Serena Gray to close the block, and nowhere for that swing on the outside from Colgate.
3 blocks, 5 points, 5 kills rather, for Gray. Shadwick. Flood digs that. Tough play at the net. But over. Good save by Cigna. And Cam Ennis with the rocket shot across court.
What a swing from Cam Ennis. And a great job of Lexus Akeo spreading that ball around, keeping the Colgate defense honest and not having them cheat one way or another. That led to a great opportunity and swing on the outside from Cam Ennis.
Multiple solid digs there by the Raiders, but the Panthers put it away to go up by 8. And a kill by Sophie Thompson, the senior from Texas.
Number 19, Sophie Thompson. Serving for Colgate, number 8, Abby Shadwick.
Shadwick to serve. Thompson, 139 kills entering into tonight. 84 blocks. It's a 7-point Panther lead, up 2 sets to none. And a service error, step error by Shadwick. And point to the Panthers. You mentioned you saw the BYU coaches right behind Rachel Fairbanks right now. And you start thinking about this matchup tomorrow that's likely coming. The Panthers have opened up a big lead here in the third.
And the matchup would be a rematch as BYU and Pitt played each other, as we see a great swing on the back line from Colgate. But Pitt and BYU played each other early this season. Panthers went to BYU and took the game and ended the home match winning streak for the BYU Cougars. So there's a lot on the line for the two teams that potentially and likely will be playing tomorrow night.
It's Athena Leota with her first kill of the night. And that serve is long. And just when Colgate seems to get a little momentum, an error or a service error, and it's now 17-9. I think one thing that's different from that first matchup with BYU for the Panthers is the emergence of a right side hitter that really was impressive in this first match.
Yes, Pryor was incredible in the match that we just saw before this one with BYU and James Madison. As again, another kill coming from Leota on that right side. Strong swing.
An opportunity for her here in the NCAA tournament to get a couple of kills for the senior from San Diego. 106 kills on the season. And now Sydney Jones tries to help build on that, but Serena Gray puts it away.
Gray having a quiet, good night for her. 6 kills on 11 attempts, hitting at a .455 clip to go along with 2 digs and 3 blocks.
Now Gray to serve. Gray with a couple of great save by Cigna, but just too tough of a play to keep in, and an ace, Serena Gray. We've seen a couple of players that have filled every major stat line, and Gray has done that, has done everything but an assist. Panthers have 2 others that have filled the line. How about 2 straight aces for Serena
says,
Gray?
I'll take your assist and go 2 straight aces instead. How about that one right on that sideline? As you said, Cigna has been all over it, but just being too confident almost.
And even if you try to go for that, you're probably not going to have successes. 3 straight aces, Serena Gray.
How many times do you think that she can, in a row, hit it off the top of the net? We've seen 2.
21-10. Maybe she's thinking about that. She just gave a wry smile, and that one is long.
You have to mix it up. She went short and off the net all those other times, so try a deep one, see what happens. But look at that smile as we see Sabrina Starks coming into the game for the Panthers, as she has been a mainstay on this team for the past 4 seasons. and really instrumental for this team, now coming off of the bench, but when she comes in, she is a force.
And Starks gets a kill.
You think she knew I was talking about her?
Over 400 blocks in her career and a kill for Sabrina Starks.
Think about what it's like if you're Dan Fisher and you have a player like Sabrina Starks to pull off of your bench to put into a match.
Well, he said those have been the toughest decisions of his career this year, is who to play, and the intensity. It's helped the intensity of practice because people like Starks want to get out there on the court and bring it every day in practice, and those are tough decisions. Abby Shadwick with the point. Her 11th kill for Shadwick. We have the depth on this Panther team, and we're seeing it today without Juliana Dalton able to go. Fairbanks. Starks. A couple of quick kills for Sabrina Starks, and the Panthers are 2 points from advancing.
And Starks just coming in so fresh. I mean, you think about Shadwick, she has 11 kills on 35 attack attempts. So that's 35 times that she's jumped to attack the ball. Think of how many times she's jumped to block it. And then Sabrina Starks is coming in for the first time since she warmed up today.
Vasquez Gomez, a near double-double, 13 kills, 7 digs. Ennis blocked. Well done by Kurowski. Julie Kurowski love her energy that the grad student brings. You can see why she's setter of the year.
Player of the year as well.
Oh yeah, that
both
too.
Both honors.
And that block by Thompson. Kurowski had 1,100 kills and 1,100 assists in high school.
I'd call that pretty good.
Had 1,000 assists her first year in college. 23-14. Rosario. Signa sets to Shadwick. Through the block, but saved by Bizzario. Ennis in.
And Jeff, before this match finishes up, I do have to mention that I have a connection to Colgate as well. My cousin Will actually just graduated from Colgate. He was a member of the football team at Colgate, an all-conference player. So.
And it's interesting because, Ryan Baker has said that the football coach spoke to them, and he said when he watches them, he knows that they're going to win. The confidence and the season that they had. Congratulations to Colgate as the Panthers advance here in the NCAA tournament, but a great season for the Raiders.
Absolutely, 2 consecutive NCAA tournament appearances, a 14-2 Patriot League record. Most of these players coming back, plus Libby Overmeyer, who should come back, but the Panthers just too much firepower, 25-16, 25-14, 25-14, and now it sets up an incredible matchup tomorrow against BYU.
Valeria Vasquez Gomez, 13 kills, 9 for Courtney Bizzario. Chiamaka Wokolo with 7, Rachel Fairbanks and Serena Gray with 6, 5 for Cam Ennis.